Spray paint has blurred the lines between paint gun and spray paint. But the factory matched color isn't even the craziest thing. I have found a way to make a glass smooth finish with spray paint. One big benefit to spray paint is it's already factory matched. And there's no cleanup afterwards.
Holy man. This is amazing.
Oh great, what's this guy want? Hey.
Ziggy, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How about you? What's up?
Got a little project for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see if you can spray paint some motorcycle tins for me.
Okay, let's check it out.
All right, man.
Let's go get them. So what are we doing with these, John?
Well, I'm actually going to have you try something a little different. I got some spray paint for you.
Okay. All right, you got some spray paint.
Yeah,
You know I got automotive paint and professional guns, right?
Yeah, but this is cool. I can try something a little bit different.
Let me see what you got, man. Oh, Sherwin-Williams. I actually use Sherwin-Williams.
I know. What's this like?
Oh, this is Kona Blue Pro. Oh, this is going to be pretty nice. What else you got there? You got a couple more cans? Oh, and some clear coat, huh?
Oh, they say it's this kind of stuff you can use. It's supposed to be just like the real stuff.
All right. I mean, I've seen some videos on it. Let's see. Artistic freedom. I like that. I'm going to have fun with that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut these. I want to kind of keep this round edge. I like it. Nice short and bobbed up just like he wants. There we go. Check it out. Check that out. So now we're done with the 80 grit. Now we'll hit it all with 220 grit. Oh, no, I can see right here. This is gonna need a lot of body work right there. In case you're wondering, I'm not really pushing down that hard. I'm letting the sandpaper do the work. Guide coating will show all of the little sand scratches and all of the little imperfections. You just want to kind of dust it in essentially like this. As you sand, you see how there's areas that just sand away easily. And if you look, you can kind of see the lines in here. Those are sand scratches. And as you sand with the 400 grit, until it all becomes the same color, then it's not perfectly smooth. All right, so now it's all the final primer. I'm gonna hit it with some 400 grit just to kind of knock down any kind of dust or any kind of imperfections. This stuff is amazing. I mean, I'm totally blown away. I have to say, I am 100% impressed with this stuff. Sprays so nice, honestly. The color match is perfect, of course, because they mixed it themselves. I mean, this stuff's a win so far. We're gonna see the final product. We'll know when the clear coat goes on there. I am gonna have some special artwork for my buddy's bike. So the way that I know John and I used to work together over 20 years ago, probably 25 years ago. It was before I started painting cars. John's been through a lot though. He's a vet, and I'm reluctant to say this because I don't want any kind of sympathy, and I know John doesn't want any sympathy. But it's just his story. And John's had 6 brain tumors, but come to find out with brain tumors, the way I understand it, there are 3 different layers of brain tumors. And as long as they're in the first 2 layers of the brain membrane, I guess, they can fix them, from what John tells me. And I feel like a guy who's dealt with 6 brain tumors and had them removed, I feel like he's about as good of an expert as I'm ever gonna meet, really, you know? That's why I'm doing this. I don't really care to paint motorcycle stuff, and let's let that dry. I'm just so impressed with this aerosol stuff. It's actually working really great. All right, so now that we've got the whole thing spray painted, I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then we're gonna clear coat it. One great thing about the clear coat is it's already mixed for you. You just pop the bottom, spray it, and it's good to go. I think the trickiest part is gonna be spraying the underside and then flipping it over and spraying the top. It's hard to really tell the difference between this and what would come out of a gun, honestly. Shake this for 2 minutes. Now it says to activate this. I guess we slam it. There we go. I guess it's activated. I don't know, let's shake it up. It does feel a little bit different. Smashed my finger in the door. That hurts. I think it's time to go ahead and start spraying. Oh my God, you gotta see this. I'm gonna not cut this because I want you to see it just as it is. So you know that I'm not like editing something, but this is crazy. I gotta turn this around so I can see, but man, oh man, look at that. That's with spray paint, man. Man, that is gonna be crazy. My buddy John is his mind is gonna be blown. My mind is blown. Just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Look at that, man. Wow. Oh my God. And to be able to wet sand and polish this out, and that's about 2 coats of clear. I mean, you can do this at home. I had my paint gun out just in case if this stuff didn't work, but honestly, yeah. That's crazy. That is freaking crazy. Tell me that isn't impressive. So I got a little surprise. Since my buddies had all the brain tumors, I've got some artwork planned. It's gonna kind of signify that. So before I do that, you don't wanna just spray over top of clear. You wanna kind of scuff it. So I'm gonna hit this whole thing with some 400 grit, which will knock out any kind of dust specks. One of my good friends that made the emblems for my Chevelle, for the SOB garage, I had him make some graphics. Hey, does that look better? I can't believe it's so big. I mean, I know what I asked for. Like, it's like, man, like.
Here's one that's unmasked and then one that's reversed, because I did that one first.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Big, man.
Yeah, it should. I mean, that's the center of the tank, so. So the reason I'm doing a brain is because John, believe it or not, has had 6 different brain tumors.
Wow.
Great guy. Anyway, so I always want to do something that kind of represents people. Like whenever I do kind of artwork, and it's like a brain. So I've got this, and I had them because he brought me spray paint. This is, believe it or not, well, you can't see it right now, but this is all spray paint.
Really?
And spray paint clear.
Yeah.
It's color matched to Kona Blue because he had a Kona Blue Mustang and he wanted that color.
Okay.
So it's Kona Blue, so it's literally the same paint that I use in an aerosol can.
Interesting. Now, is this something that you can go and have them make for you based on the color code?
100%.
So anybody can go and buy it?
Anybody can go buy
Wow.
it, yeah. So like this is here's the paint code, you know what I mean? They mix it up, 3-ounce cans. I used a little over 1 can to do the tanks and the fenders.
Yeah.
So now what I want to do is I'm gonna ghost in the brain. So this part is gonna get a pearl coating.
Okay.
So you'll only see it in the sunlight, but since they came out with this new pearl, this stuff looks like stars.
Wow.
I've only seen it in 1 paint job.
So this is paint-free paint masking. So I changed the name of the business.
Oh, okay. What's the name now?
So it's Tiny Wraps with a Z.
Yeah, okay. Cool, man.
But yeah. Okay, you ready? I said I had a project. So this little Kia I've got.
All right, let's go check that out.
This is a free car. This is my in-laws, 80-some years old.
Wow.
So we were gonna get, we don't know what happened. Somebody fell into it or something.
No, that's rubbed up against something.
We were gonna get that fixed, and then we were gonna get a couple little things fixed and sell it. But my son Jake, it's his car, it was gifted to him.
Okay.
He was gonna sell it and buy some other JDM car. So the only thing we wanna try to do is it doesn't have to be perfect, but see it's starting to rub a little. Other than that, that's it. Yeah. You're just gonna grab it.
No, that's seriously, that's what you do. But now it doesn't rub anymore. So I can fix it and make it about 90%, or you can replace it and have it 100%. So it's up to you. I mean, this seems like a sore dick. You just can't beat it. It's gonna be so cool, you know what I mean?
I can't wait to see it.
All right, so now that we have the tank all sanded and ready, and we've got to do another project to get the stickers, but we got them done. Now we got to lay out the stickers. I like to do long set right there. Now let's cut this brain in half. We'll do a split brain operation here. I put some blue painter's tape on it, enough to where I can transfer it on here. All right, so check it out. That is gonna stay dark blue. And the part in here is gonna get an amazing pearl coating that I had them mix for me. Now I have to mask it all off. All right, now that will create the boundary. Now we mask off all the rest of it. Sounds like one of my buddies might be here. Hey, mother.
What's up, man?
All right, so I forgot to record the part where I was shooting this. I had them mix up some pearl, and you can't really see it right now, but when I peel these stickers off, you'll be able to see it, and it will be super crazy. You just can't even believe it. Yeah, I had to mix up some more paint, same kind of aerosol stuff, and you spray it, and then we'll clear coat it. We got some stickers to go on there too, the Harley stickers. I'm curious to see what this thing's gonna look like with all the paper off and all that stuff. You know, as an artist, you have ideas of stuff, and it's like, how am I gonna really pull that off though? You know what I mean? That's just like all my regular jobs though, honestly. Like, when I do bumpers, like, everybody who, when I'm doing a bumper, they're like, man, like, you take so long to take the, like, it didn't take very long to paint it. I'm like, yeah, but you've seen how long it took me to mask it all off, you know what I mean? It's like changing the rings in a motor, right? Like, putting the rings on doesn't really take very long, but it's getting that motor out and completely apart, and then spec'd right, and then, you know, all those other things, man. My buddy Chester, he taught me a little trick. Whenever you pull these off, if there's a little edge there, just go over with your fingernail. It'll knock that little edge down. When somebody gives you artistic freedom, you know, you're like, man, you hope they like it. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
He's lucky to have you as a friend, man. I can tell you that. That's for sure. So you want to spray the underside of anything first. That's one of the keys that I learned a long time ago. You always want to spray the hard to reach places first, because those are things that you're not going to want to spray. Because if you don't, what happens is later on you go back to do those, and by then you've already got full coverage on the rest of it. So then you get runs, because now you put a bunch of clear on an area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the key with this is just to do, you know, thin coats like this. Now, this is only supposed to be able to be used for like 48 hours, but believe it or not, I did the other clear last weekend, and yesterday I just checked and that clear can is still good, the other one, and I'm gonna use it on my wife's purse. She just painted a purse, and I was like, yeah, I'll paint it. She wanted me to clear coat it for her, because she did this Van Gogh Starry Nights theme thing. And I'm like, babe, that is amazing. Like how did you do that? Like, I mean, she actually painted it like with a brush and everything. And I'm like, how the hell did you do that? You know what I mean?
That was amazing.
Isn't it though?
Wow.
I mean, would you think you could do that with spray paint?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It really makes a difference having a quality product.
all right, there we go. Check it out, man. Look at that. That's all that special pearl. And the sunlight, you're gonna be able to see this so much better, but man, can you believe that that's spray paint clear? Right there. We gotta scuff it one more time and then put these stickers on there. This stuff dries a little bit faster, I guess, than my normal clear. Normally my clear, you wanna wait a lot more than 8 hours before you're sanding on it or doing anything like that or re-top coating it. It doesn't really say about top coating, but I'm assuming that's the kind of standard practice. So we're gonna put these stickers on here, and then we will clear coat it again. All with frickin' spray paint, man. I mean, that's crazy. I hate to say it, but I think this might put some people out of business. All right, let's go ahead and put these stickers on. I'm gonna try to put this to where the D is just above that line. You know, as a painter, the last thing you wanna do is put some sticky stuff on top of, you know, like tape on top of new paint, because you're worried it might not be dry enough. This is probably the most scary part of what I've done so far, because if it peeled up that paint, then it would ruin this whole paint job. I'd have to redo the whole thing. Oh, man, it looks like it came out pretty good. Let me show you. Harley Davidson. All right, let's do the other side. Now we're cooking with Wesson. All right, this thing feels a little bit stickier. Boy, I sure hope this doesn't cause a problem. Okay, so right there is where I, oops. Nope, not yet. Oh. Well, that's not good. And that shows exactly why I clear coated this thing first. Because man, if that just happened to the other paint job, I'd have been so screwed. Oh my gosh. What a lifesaver that you got an extra one. All right, let's try this again. So what I found the best way to do this, so we really gotta pay attention here. There we go. Ooh-wee, man, that was so stressful. So freaking stressful. I know a lot of them put them right there, but man, I never liked that, you know, because you know it's a Harley. I saw one when they were down there one time, and I thought, if I do mine, that's how I'm doing mine. Now we just clear coat it. All right, so I was gonna just
clear coat this with my gun instead of using spray paint on the final steps, just because it'll be so much faster. But my nephew's like, hey uncle, that wouldn't be kind of fair because it is a spray paint video. So if you look really close, you can see where the graphics are. You can see how they're kind of raised up. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta scuff this and then build that up essentially. So with a normal clear, like automotive clear that I'm gonna spray out of my guns usually, that would take like maybe 2 coats of clear. But with the aerosol, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be about 5 or 6 coats of on top of what I already have. So let's go ahead and scuff it and start the process. This will be sticker coating after clear number 1. All right, ready to go paint again. Hey, here we go. Second coat. All right, so after painting the tank and clear coating it and putting the graphics on, now I am on the second coat on top of the finished paint job to help bury the graphics. Now, with this 400 grit, you can see where the highs and lows are because this doesn't really contour like my hand will. So I can see where I am in regarding to the layers. Now, I'm gonna start putting 2 coats of clear every day because 1 coat will just take too long. And my buddy, he threw a little monkey wrench in it and said, hey, can you get this thing done by this weekend? I got a car show. I'm like, okay, I can try. Now I'm gonna scuff it with some scuff pad. So if you just did a single color, you would have been done a week ago, you know, but instead, no, we gotta make it complicated. We gotta make it cool. We gotta make it cool for my buddy. Let's go ahead and use this new one. Holy crap, this stuff is looking better every single time. Let me show you. Look at how nice that stuff looks. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Look at that, man. That's just crazy. And I almost didn't get this one done today. I fell asleep on the couch. Whew. Business is so good right now. Economy's booming for me. I know that's not the case for everybody, but for me and my business, I can't keep up. Listen, if you live in the Tampa Bay area, and you can fix and paint a bumper all by yourself and you can make it look like it never happened with OEM quality finish, you give us a call at Paint and Go. We're hiring. We're looking for new people, more people to service the Tampa Bay area. You know, I can't keep up. Not even joking. I do all I can do and I just keep getting a little bit further and further behind. All right, this is the third time of doing this top coat on top of a finished paint job. All right, we're gonna let that dry for 5 to 10 minutes. All right, let's check it out. All the graphics are nice and buried. The Harley logo, you can still sort of see it's a little bit raised over the clear, and I got that little speck right there, a little thorn in my side. But it'll be ready in time for my buddy. I'll put another coat on it tomorrow and it'll be done. All right, so this should hopefully be the last coat of clear that we're gonna put on this tank before we wet sand and polish it and give it to my buddy John. Let's get to it. That is looking good. All right, we'll let that dry for 5 minutes. Final coat on the tank. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you had told me 2 weeks ago that I could spray paint a tank and make it look like this, I never would have believed you. I would have laughed at you. But check this out. All right, man, come on in.
All right, Sig. Let's see what you got, man.
All right, man. I got it under here. We're gonna bring it out in the sunlight, though.
All right.
It's right there.
All right.
Can't really see it in the camera.
Carry it out here.
Yeah. We can take it off here. You can see.
Holy man. This is amazing. This is amazing. When I told you I'm giving you artistic freedom, I didn't imagine this. Holy crap, man.
Isn't that crazy?
This is beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Dude, you'll make me fucking cry.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
So what I did, as I sprayed a couple, like 6 spots, I sprayed extra pearl to signify for your 6 tumors. You can't really see them, but you'll see them. There'll be spots where it like glistens, and there'll be like a line, but yeah, that's a crazy pearl, right? That's just a really light coat too, man.
That's just freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. And if you look on the other side, I left one of the stickers on there because the bottom line is you'll always ride a Harley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man, dude, this is freaking just beyond expectations, man. That's just freaking amazing, bro.
Awesome, man.
Amazing. Yeah. I'm gonna find somebody that's got to have a little black.
I mean, you see how smooth that is, man?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
I mean, I put like probably I think about 8 coats of clear on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the ceramic coated too. Then on top of that.
So if you ceramic coat it, you can never paint really on top of it, just to be clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, ceramic coating will help.
I'm gonna have somebody that has a real nice little black paint with a little paintbrush, and I'm gonna have them put your SOB garage probably right here somewhere, because I want to make sure you get credit for this, because this is going to be like a showstopper, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm actually going to be going to the car show over at Harley, and I'm going to set this in the back of my thing and let people look at it.
Nice.
And give you some credit where credit is due.
I mean, in the sunlight, man, I love that pearl.
Oh yeah,
like
it jumps, man.
The brain pearl part.
Yeah.
That's just such a really light coating too, man.
I told you I love the metal flake, man, but that jumps out, man. Exactly what I wanted, man. Exactly what I wanted.
I mean, I figure it's definitely unique, and it's definitely for you.
How did you get that? How did you get that pattern in there?
So I had my buddy who did my the graphics for SOB Garage. I had him make a brain graphics with a special stencil called it's like paint masking.
Yeah.
So when you put it up, there's a nice clear edge, nice sharp edges.
Nice.
And yeah.
And this is your aerosol can thing.
Yeah, man.
Nice. That is cool, and that's regular. That's auto paint with an aerosol can.
Yeah.
That is so freaking cool, man.
Yeah, I think
that
so
is
too,
amazing.
Man.
Wow.